What's happening in the market? We haven't really taken a status check in a while. The Sensex managed to hit a fresh all-time high for itself. And today as well, you're seeing the usual names hold out. So follow-through coming in for Z after a big move yesterday. The crude sensitives, OMC looking good. Considering last night as well, you saw a bit of a cool-off come in for crude prices. And for now, while the broader markets may not be in ship shape, the mid-cap index is a little soft, but the Nifty is clinging on to that 11,050 mark. And you've got the small caps just tempered, but they are marginally in the green nonetheless. Okay, talking about Z's numbers, one can clearly say that the ad spends have been rising. So what have been the trends like? What are the indicators? Avan joins in with the detailed analysis on this one. Avan?
Well, if Z's ad revenue growth was anything to go by, then it looks like the overall ad spends and ad revenue recovery is very much intact. A phenomenal double-digit growth for Z Entertainment. And let's just take a look at the overall picture, because the management as well sounded very optimistic about growth going forward. In fact, advertising expenditure in India is expected to grow at about 13% to touch about 69,300 odd crores this year. Lots of factors that are leading to this growth, primarily being that the consumer sentiment has improved. You've seen a recovery in the overall consumer demand and private investment as well picking up. The continued urbanization is a factor that's aiding this, as well as the rising wages that seem to be supporting the overall consumer growth. And not to mention, India is seeing an increase in spending from the rural markets as well. So just to put into perspective in terms of which are the industries that really contribute to the overall ad spend growth, FMCG companies are talking about very strong rural demand and that they would like to continue their strong ad spends. For example, HUL's ad spend are up about 18% in FY18. There have been new product launches when it comes to the automobile sector, so that will lead to a rise in ad spends. There's been innovative tech, a lot of disruption in the telecom space, so that is going to be a big contributor. And not just that, the government and industry ad spends as well are going to pick up largely on account of the Lok Sabha elections in 2019. Other than that, tech, e-commerce, banking and financial services, they'll all contribute to the overall ad spends. But if there's one sector that's going to see an absolute outperformance, it's going to be digital. In fact, the kind of growth that we've already witnessed has been in double digits, almost 30%, outpacing all of the other media. This is the fastest growing medium and is likely to comprise almost 18% of the overall ad spends. Digital has registered a 30% growth. It's already reached about 12,300 odd crores. Within that, video advertising is estimated to grow about 54%. The rapidly increasing internet penetration, the affordability of digital services, there have been lots of initiatives that have been taken by the government to increase Wi-Fi connectivity. All of that is going to ensure that digital is going to be the key driver of growth. Other than that, cinema seen about a 20% growth, out of home 15%, 4% for print and about 13% for TV industry. So clearly the ad spend growth has been on a very firm trajectory and is only likely to continue to grow.